Welcome. So today we are going to talk about Rust in the news now that we have more content on this channel. And I wanted to talk about the news of the last few days of DARPA ambitious plan to turn all of the C code into the memory safe Rust code with AI. So I think at the end it will be obviously a mix of AI and people. But the point here, which is cool, is that now companies not only write new code in Rust, but also plan to move some code to Rust. And also Microsoft did the same thing with their backend. And in fact, their backend was, I think, in C Sharp, yeah, which is memory managed and everything. But they are moving that to Rust. So it's not for the memory safety, at least not from a memory overflow. Might be from a thread safety, I don't know. But they have also done that. Now, the cool thing with this DARPA announcement is a couple of new information. The article is from TechSpots here. It's pretty good article. And if we scroll down, we can see that one of the consensus, and they say there's now a consensus. So I don't know if it's industry consensus or if their consensus, but that native bug finding tools are insufficient to address this problem here of memory safety and so on. And so for a while here, there was this argument to say, well, we don't need to have a compiler enforcing all of these rules because we can use all language, like very proven language like C and C++, and then we have those proven tools to scan the code and to make sure that there is no bugs and security memory leak and so on. And I think here, people are realizing that might not be the case. Now, the thing interesting also is that they are going to use AI to migrate from C to Rust. But they also have decided, which they are not really saying, but they have decided that upgrading these native bug findings with AI was not enough anyway, or was probably not going to work or something. Because they say, well, rather to use AI to enhance what we were doing, we are going to use AI to do something else. And that, I think, also speaks to the value of Rust. I think that Rust, again, is a transformative language because it brings memory and thread safety at zero cost at runtime. And that is a very unique language. There's no other language that does that. So that is very unique, and I think people are realizing that in the industry very quickly. And in fact, if we scroll down in the article here, they are saying a couple of there's this paragraph, which is a very good one. It's very short, but it does it, and it shows that the momentum that Rust has in the industry, where we see that it's kind of amazing. Microsoft planned to rewrite some core parts of Windows and Microsoft 365 application in Rust. And I think that the Windows, we would say, well, it's system programming, it makes sense. But the Microsoft 365 applications, I don't know if that is the Microsoft Office desktop kind of things, or if it's actually the cloud things. And I think I've read an article before that was the C Sharp code that they were going to rewrite in Rust. And that is super interesting because C Sharp is like Java, is memory safe, might not be thread safe, like Java is not thread safe at the compilation, at the language level. You can hang yourself. But it's memory safe. So it's even a big kudo to Rust in a way to have Microsoft moving to Rust even from those languages that are supposed to be high velocity languages. And also we have the whole things about the Linux kernel, but again, that people will say, well, it's system programming, it makes sense. But also we have the Chromium layout engine, and we also have in Google, I think, they have adopted Rust in some of the Android. And I don't remember the article, but I think they found that the code written in Rust, so they haven't migrated code, I think they're writing new code. And the code written in Rust has much less bugs than the code written in C or C++. And that is something that I experienced myself. This is why I'm investing so much in Rust. I have invested. I'm moving all my consulting company, Bright Snow, into Rust, because I do think that the language mindset aligns better the way that the developer talks to the machine or gives the instruction to the machine. And at the end of the day, it's somehow it's much simpler to add features, to maintain and everything. Every time I go back to code that I've written 6 months ago or 9 months ago in Rust, I can always find my ducks very quickly. But I haven't written Rust as much as I have written JavaScript or TypeScript or Java. But on those languages, when I was going back to a code that I have written a long time ago, it was always like a little bit tricky to find the ducks. Yeah? So there's something in the way that the constructs are built in Rust that once you pass this fixed tax of learning, you actually end up extremely productive. So I'm not only doing coding Rust because it's safe and it's fast and it's small and all of that, that is cool. But it's also because my code is more productive. So even my little code for anything, I have code to splice videos and all these kind of things that I have. I've written them, I rewritten them for many of them in Rust, and it's actually much more efficient to maintain this way. So anyway, so that is pretty cool. And now they have this tractor program here. I don't know if it's going to be open source or not. That it's kind of their project to have this kind of AI thing that is going to be great. And it's going to be interesting. I mean, one thing that I think might be interesting to this automatic Rust to C to Rust kind of transformation will be to say, well, you instruct the AI and it's going to be probably a mix of AI and probably it's kind of a agentic stuff probably. And then at some point you might say, give an escape hatch to the AI, saying that to say, well, if for this particular case, use unsafe. It's okay to use unsafe, but wait. And then you write the things, everything works, and then you have a humans jumping in and fixing the unsafe. So that might be a good kind of a compromise where sometimes there's things probably where the AI will kind of, mix up stuff. And then we say, well, in this case, use unsafe. And then after a human comes, fix the unsafe, and then it goes. And perhaps after you take the learning of fixing the unsafe and then you feed it back in the prompt or whatever. That might be interesting. Okay, that will be it for today. So that was just a quick video on the news. And again, I'm going to try to produce more video, my perspective on things and stuff. Cherry pick what you want. I'm not going to worry too much about the YouTube algorithm and things because that stress me out and slow me down. But like and subscribes and comments are awesome. So if you like these videos and want to see more, like, subscribe, quick comments, and that will be awesome. Until next one, happy coding.